Hello YouTube, it's Ryan here with Hobbies and Man once again, and today we're going to be doing our first impressions review for the new Shonen Jump title that just came out today, which is, I think it's called the Ichinose Family's Deadly Sin, or Deadly Sins. It's written by Taizan 5, which is the same creator as Takopi's Original Sin, which seems to be some sort of trend for the way that he titles his manga. So, yeah, let's get into it. There really isn't too much, extra information I can really give you beyond the premise. So, basically, there's this guy. His name's Tsubasa. He's a teenager of some sort. I think he's about, he's in the second year of high school. So he'd be like, what, 16? Something like that. And he wakes up from a coma. Then, once he's awake from this coma, he sees that his whole family is around him. His father, his mother, his sister, and his two grandparents. I don't know which side of the family they're from, but I don't think it really matters all that much, right? So, he wakes up, and, they explain the situation to him. He has amnesia the same way that everyone else in the family has. And it's kind of a problem, right? Because he and his family don't have anyone they can rely on to help them find out their original memories through remembering, due to some sort of mental connection that can happen at some point, right? So that's kind of crazy. It's kind of interesting. It was really wild because there's this setup of that, right, initially, and then what happens is that he comes up with a plan. He's like, okay, what if we make up memories, or we make up scenarios, and we see if that way we can bring our memories back, right? And the whole time that he's doing this, he also has this kind of sense of this is wrong. The way we're interacting is weird. Eventually, they kind of figure it out, and they decide that the way that we're acting now is the way a family should act, and we're doing good. We're happy with each other, right? So, they're doing that, and then his sister has this breakdown moment where she's like, "I'm upset that no one seems to really care that we don't have our memories. Why am I the only one that's upset about this?" And then Tsubasa's like, "Hey, man, well, it doesn't really matter, right? We're all together, we're having fun. It's okay if we don't have our memories, we still have each other, right? We're a strong, put together family," which is a really good message and stuff like that. But it doesn't end up being the case, because once they get discharged from the hospital and they get home, they realize that their place is horrible, that there's, a mess everywhere. And then they all go into their own rooms, because apparently everyone, even, their grandparents, have a separate room, and everyone goes into the room and realizes that their place is a fucking mess, and it's horrible, and there's writing and scrawling on the wall, and it's really bad, and all of it is really messed up and shit. And so Tsubasa's like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on, man? What the hell is this? Why are we like this?" And then they sit down for dinner, and they're all kind of just realizing that they're not who they think they are. Their original lives are very different from what they think their lives are like now. And it's a really interesting concept. It ends pretty abruptly and in a good way. And I'm definitely invested in this story. I think there's a lot of good things to be told here, and I'm pretty curious to see where it goes. However, no, well, actually, I was trying to think of a bad thing to say, but no, I don't really think I have anything bad to say. It was good. It was enjoyable. It kind of felt like a slice of life, happy-go-lucky. Let's just have fun, remembering our realities. But it doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like they were a messed up family, and it might have been they all decided to just suicide, unalive, because the way that they originally were found was that they were in a van that they were driving through some forest area in Japan during Golden Week, and they somehow ended up driving off the side of the road, and they were found, and it turns out that they were that there was something wrong with their heads. That's why they were comatose and also had amnesia. So it might have been that they just tried to, end their own lives as a group, but then it didn't work, or there's, some secondary kind of situation there. Maybe it's aliens, maybe it's just, some occult thing. I'm not sure, but it's a really interesting kind of idea, and I'm really curious to see how it develops, because it seems like a really interesting story. The vibe of it though kind of doesn't really match Shonen Jump, so I don't know if it'll work, but it is what it is. The art style is really fun and really cute. I like it a lot. I think it's really adorable. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this new story down below. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys